Hello everyone, it is Dragon Cricket Keely O'Brien. Now, I know this is a bit of a weird kind of review. Now, you never really see me do reviews with just a poster, but today's going to be a bit different. Today just be my final review that's going to be like this. And, well, I probably might do more, like maybe the future reviews with some friends, I might do it like this. Excuse me, whatever they prefer it to. But yeah. So this we're just doing this because I don't really. Well, I'm not. I don't think I'll be good like doing a regular review on this, but I kind of just felt the collaboration was kind of needed. Um. So yeah, I mean, I'm sure you get what I mean. But today, no, I won't be giving this the seal of awesomeness, but I already would anyway. But yeah. So today we are reviewing, which seems to be the big epic finale, Ninjago March of the Oni. So it released in 2019, and basically the story is this picks up. Well, it's basically the conclusion of the Oni and Dragon story that began in season 8, which began last year. And basically, the plot is the Oni have come to take over Ninjago. Basically, the ninjas need help from Garmadon. They go Garmadon. Garmadon helps them, and then basically they have to try stop the Oni, and they have to try figure out like how to work together. And throughout that, a lot of destruction happens. Basically the plot of a regular season, pretty much. But yet I'm not only doing this by myself. I am with.
Hey fellas, Harry Thomas here.
All right. Yeah, I am with Harry Thomas today. And yeah, Harry Thomas is a good friend of mine. We're very good friends. We talk pretty much quite a lot. And yeah, but today we are going to be talking about the March of the Oni season. Um, so yeah, will I sum up my thoughts, or do you want to sum up yours, Harry?
Uh, you can. Oh, that's okay, Lee. You can sum up yours first. I don't mind going after.
All right. I thought this was a great season, a great uh, finale, and felt it was a good build up. Like it had it felt like everything had built up to this final battle, and it really felt everything had built up to it. I enjoyed how confident they told the story. There is a lot of moments between Lloyd and Garmadon, which we haven't really seen. It's kind of similar to the movie, but a lot more dramatic than the film. And there is obviously like it begins with Lloyd seeing Garmadon in prison, and then obviously Garmadon's the one that tells Lloyd about the Oni, which we obviously saw in the ending of season 9. Lloyd to like Wu goes, "What concerns you, Master Lloyd?" Lloyd goes, "I think they are coming." And what made it interesting is that the Oni were very built up. They seem to be this big scaly villain. It's kind of like Garmadon, but I think they were much more deeper. And obviously, yeah, it is it's definitely the darkest one of the show. But I think at each season, as the show progressed, it got darker and darker. So I think I think they were good villains. Don't get me wrong. I just felt they could have maybe a bit more development. I kind of think they could have expanded the season a lot longer. I think like what they could have done. This is what I thought they were going to do. We were going to get season 10. Then episode 100 was going to be a TV movie, but nah, season 10 being the TV movie, which is all right. I mean, I think that's a cool idea, but I think it would have been nice to have like maybe like 5 episodes leading up to episode 100, or in this case, episode 98, since it counts to two pilot episodes. And basically, well, it do like this is episode 100, so you're basically watching 4 episodes in one. So I think that was a cool idea. It kind of feels more that is kind of more of a special though, to be fair. So I do think they could have maybe just done a regular season with like every episode leading up to episode 100, and then TV movie boom. That's the big build up to this big epic battle, and everything did wrap up beautifully. I thought it was a greatly told story. So yeah, that's all I can say about the story. I think yeah, it could have been a bit longer. They could have expanded it a bit more. But I'm gonna move on the microphone to Harry, and we'll see what he has to say.
Yeah, I'm with you. For the most parts, Lee. That's yeah. See that season 10 March of the Only. This is honestly the best of the 10 Ninjago seasons. I
Agreed.
hadn't I totally agree. I had no idea. It's rare. I had no idea that they could just get better and better with 10 seasons, but that's exactly what they do. And even if it's just 4 episodes long, maybe it could have been just a little longer. But other than that, this is the most mature season. I think they are they are a freaking badass threat, so even more so than Garmadon himself. And
Mm,
you felt like the ninjas they had to make their greatest sacrifices to defeat the only, and yeah, and I. And it's even the most emotional of the 10 seasons, and it just wrap it just wraps up uh uh it just wraps up the entire franchise as a whole. Yeah, and just you really get the sense that this is the ending with the characters of Lloyd and Wu and Garmadon to and in all honesty, it felt like such a perfect, flawless ending that
I do
I
agree.
don't want there to be a season 11. I know this sure this show is going to continue until 2021 no matter what we say, but to me this should be the final season. If I
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think I hope I kind of think they're just going to start something new. I think they'll make that as a trilogy, maybe, or maybe it could be like a quad trilogy or something like that. But I think like they could do maybe like 4 seasons of a new show, and then like we usually have 2 seasons a year, so that's kind of cool. It's kind of like what DreamWorks used to do with Race to the Edge. I think 2020, like this year, yeah, we're also gonna have future stuff. Then next they did confirm something for next year and the year after that. But I think yeah, I'm definitely on your side. I do think March of the Only it wrapped up the series wonderfully. It really wrapped up everyone's storyline, and I think I'll like okay, warning everyone, there is going to be spoilers in the review. I felt that the Cole's death was really it was I felt it was way too predictable. I think it really like I actually kind of thought I was like wait, oh my god, oh, is he actually like dead? And I kind of knew they just do that like every time, like they did it with Zayn. I just felt like, oh well, then if he was gonna die, then why didn't they just leave him dead? I think like everyone had a prediction, oh, Cole's going to die. But then, what do you know? That turns out to be false. But like when, spoiler alert for season 8, when everyone predicted Harumi would be the quiet one, people were right. And yeah, I suppose, yeah, the fans are kind of right. But I think Cole's death, I felt like if you're going to do that, you should have just killed him off all together. But I thought it was good. Like it was nice to like bring him back, but I just think like Zane's death had more emotional to it, and he's a robot.
I I I I agree. There was there was no need to do Cole's death as a fake out death for that. That was a cop out. Um,
Yeah, it definitely felt predictable, and I think the Jay and Nia marriage subplot, I think it was quite a nice, interesting, like open end. Like they did do a nice, like it's funny how Jay proposes to Nia like during the big final episode, and then Kai goes, "Oh, I told him to do that," and I find it funny that Kai is actually helping Jay to get together with his own sister, which is pretty funny, like if you think about it. But it's nice that Jay does like Nia, and I like seeing more of their relationship, and I like seeing more of Zayn's character growth. And Kai, I thought it was very good for Kai to do golden weapons, and then Lloyd obviously had a bit more of his own journey. Everyone has a journey in this season as well. Like it's kind of like it's a big story they're telling.
oh yeah,
It,
exactly. It's huge. Certainly the largest of the 10.
yeah, like the story that they really wrap up. They really give their own character to shine, and like they obviously did have their own season. built up, a bit like focused on them, and this is how it all like wraps up. And like the way they tell, like, and I love the new costumes. The costumes are so good, and I like how, and I think the fight scenes were fantastic, and it was quite cool to
Oh
see like
yeah,
how
that's okay.
they lost
Yeah,
to.
okay. See you in a bit. Oh,
Yeah. And it was
but,
cool that they
yeah, bye.
lost,
Yeah,
like they lost to Dione, and I think yeah, the fight scenes were fantastic. Like the fight scenes in in the entire show are incredible.
oh yeah, and you truly, and it was so intense to see them just lose at fights to the only. Hmm.
Yeah, it definitely did do a good job. Like with the fight choreography is fantastic, and I think they really did tell a good like story along with the Oni. I think yeah, it was kind of cool to see that. Oh, they're Oni, and this is something
I
that
know,
was
right?
built up. And I think yeah, the fight scenes were fantastic. Music is music fucking rocks.
Yeah, for the music has always been epic for the Ninjago show.
Yeah, oh, so good. I love it. The instruments. Oh, so good. And even the theme song, which they don't use anymore, but still a good theme song, The Weekend Whip. Quite a shame that only had a cameo in the film. It was the one where Lloyd wakes up and his phone's ringtone. Just jump back, kick back, whip around and
Yeah,
spin. Just
yeah. Why just use that as a cameo in the movie? That theme is powerful.
that's the theme song of the show. They just had a cameo, and yet they said, "Oh, it's gonna have a song in the movie." I was like, "Oh, that kind of sucks that it's only in there for like a little bit." But I think yeah, that would have been kind of cool. But yeah, I mean, I don't mind the songs they used in the film. Obviously, Lloyd meeting the first Spinjitzu master was very similar to how Oogway talked to Poe in the spirit realm. It's fantastic to see how, uh, like Wu's father, the first Spinjitzu master, was talking to Lloyd, saying, "Oh, well done, Lloyd. You've done a great job." And like, it is true, endings are not really endings, only new beginnings. And yeah, that is very true. An ending isn't really an ending; it's more like a new beginning.
Exactly. It's the end of one era and the beginning of another. So
Yeah, and it even says in the poster, endings will always come, and all we can do is fight to make them good ones. So this pretty much is the end of this era. Well, I hope so. Anyway, I don't want
well,
them to
yeah,
make
and
it
it
go
leaves
stale.
itself open for a season 11.
Yeah, but then obviously, uh, when they defeat the Oni, it's very cool that they do tornado creation, and with like Garmadon just walks off. I mean, yeah, I suppose yeah, that is kind of a bit open ended, but Sozan's comet was like that for Avatar: The Last Airbender. Remember when Zuko sees his uncle in prison, he just goes over to him and he goes, "Because you're gonna tell me something. Where is my mother?" Then just cuts to a happy ending. It is kind of weird though how big finales like wrap up, but then they always leave it open for another one.
I know, right? Uh,
Like,
uh,
why do you do that? I mean, what's the point of leaving something open when it's the big finale?
it's just I guess it's to get so the fans are writing their fan fiction and their version of of how the story would have continued from the ending. I
I suppose yeah, that's true, and to tie and to maybe like get more and more fans. But yeah, other than that, really, and obviously, yeah, I suppose they could have showed Jay and Nia's wedding, but maybe they will. I thought this was a great season. It definitely is a great finale. It's one of the best. I do think, yeah, it could have been a bit more strong. Like it could have had a bit more scale to it, and it would have been nice to see like the other characters such as Skylar. Sucks that we only see her in the final shot, but that's all right. Honestly, it is kind of cool to see the dragon fly around. That obviously says the end, which yeah. So pretty much this is the end of this era. I think they did a good job, and I think it is a good way to end the series. I think it's been going on for quite long enough. I think 10 is quite a lot. And I think you're kind of dragging it out really with 11. Well, starting a new era, that's not a bad idea. And hopefully we'll just say episode one. I mean, but yeah, that's all I can really say. I'm gonna give Ninjago March Leone a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, I'd also rate it Lego Ninjago March of the Only 5 stars out of 5, a best TV show ever.
Yeah, wait, are you all right, Harry?
Yeah,
Uh, it's probably my computer. But yeah, sorry everyone if the voice starts going like laggy. It's the computer.
your
But
voice sounds a little different. Yeah.
sure, voice changes. I'll try to fix that maybe. But yeah, sorry about that, everyone. Um, yeah, all right. I think I'm gonna wrap up this review. I don't want to. Hopefully, I don't get any flaws with the video. I'll have a look later. But yeah, that's all we can say for now. Anyway, anything you want to say, Harry, before we end the review?
Um, 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 uh, Lego Ninjago show is far better than the movie.
Agreed. All right, guys, we're gonna wrap up the review. Harry, I'll see you in a bit.
Yes, either bit, sure.